All rise.
This is Deeper Than Money. Talk to me. I want viewers watching my show to believe in themselves.
Judge Hatchett is compelling.
If he is not going to honor you, he needs to be gone.
Compassionate.
I don't want you to give up on your dreams. I don't. And I want to figure out how we get this straight.
She's powerful.
If I were in this situation, I would have put you out too.
And she's on the bench.
I feel like I'm being judged here.
That's what I do.
You're watching The Verdict with Judge Hatchett. Lynn Morrison is suing Kimbra Jones in the amount of $565. Ms. Morrison claims her mother's caregiver caused a physical altercation with her at the hospital and says she was injured, and Ms. Jones owes for her medical costs.
All right, I understand that you're suing the defendant for some $565. You're saying it was caused by injury that she inflicted upon you. First of all, tell me how you all even know each other.
Well, the defendant works for my family. She's been working for us for 8 years now, and she's the caretaker of my mother. I don't even like to even look at her.
Why? Why don't you? I mean, she's the caretaker for your mother. That seems a pretty important, responsible position. If someone is caring for your mother.
It is an important responsibility for someone who is doing it for all the right reasons. She's doing it because she can't get a job anywhere else.
But she's been there for 8 years.
That's because she can't get a job anywhere else.
Well, then why do you have her caring for your mother?
Because my mother loves her, my sisters, they adore her, and I can't stand the sight of her.
Oh, my goodness. So your mother adores her?
Yes.
How many sisters do you have?
I have 2.
You have 2 sisters. They adore her. So you know you've got to explain to me why you can't stand her.
Because she runs her mouth too much about everything that goes on in our family. We live in Nashville. It's small. And social media, they talk. People call me all the time about her sharing our personal business.
Like, for example?
She talk about my relationships.
Your relationships?
Yes.
Why would she be talking about your relationships?
Because she's jealous.
She's jealous of you?
Yes.
Whoa.
Yes.
All right, now come on, Miss Jones, what's happening? You've been with the family for 8 years. Mm-hmm. She says she can't stand you.
I realize that.
And so she says that you go and put the family business out on social media.
No, that's not true.
Have you ever posted anything about the family?
Yeah, I've posted on social media. Like if I go out to dinner with Mrs. Morrison and her daughters, we'll take a picture and I went out to dinner celebrating the birthday or celebrating one of the anniversaries or something like that. And I didn't think that that was any way of sharing somebody's business because we were celebrating.
So you haven't talked about her dating life. You haven't talked about her personal life.
No, and I don't know where she's getting that from, that I've said that, because I don't even know about her dating life. I don't talk to her. She doesn't talk to me. So I don't know what she's talking about.
So tell me, go back to the beginning. You've been there for 8 years caring for her mother. Mm-hmm. How is it that you got that position? How did you start working for and caring for Mrs. Morrison?
Linda, her sister, who is the power of attorney for Mrs. Morrison, contacted the company that I work for and let them know that she was looking for a caregiver for her mother.
All right.
And they said that she wanted to do it.
Meaning the plaintiff?
Yes.
That Lynn wanted
to do it originally because she was out of work and she needed money, and that she wanted to be the caretaker.
So stop right there. Did you want to be your mother's caretaker, Lynn?
I was already taking care of my mother.
So why is it that your sister went to the agency to hire Miss Jones?
Because I was starting a new business.
Okay.
And she felt that by me starting a new business, that I wouldn't be there available 100% to take care of our mother. So she did go through an agency.
So that made sense, yes? You were starting a new business.
Yes.
And that your sister, who had the power of attorney, went to the agency to hire Miss Jones.
Yes, ma'am.
Was there some resentment that she was hired and you were no longer taking care of your mother?
The only resentment that I had is because I didn't have a say-so on who was hired to take care of our mother. So she did without me. Even though she has the power of attorney, she did not allow us to like talk to her first, find out her background. Even though it was an agency, I felt like we should have had more say-so than bringing her versus having someone else.
Your Honor, can I give a little input to that?
Please.
Linda, who's the power of attorney, and Sharon both talked to me and interviewed me. They both said to me the reason that they didn't have Lynn do it is because she would have animosity towards me and she would never choose anyone other than herself to take care of her mother.
All right, so now you've been there 8 years. Even by her testimony, she says that Mrs. Morrison loves you and her two sisters love you. So what is the issue with Lynn?
I believe exactly what she says. They do see me as family because I do treat them as family. The only reason I don't treat Lynn like family is because she never wants to be anywhere near me. She doesn't want to talk to me. She doesn't even call and ask me any questions about her mother, even on the day of the incident. The reason that I called Sharon because she was the power of attorney and I was telling her what was going on and what I had some concerns about. And the reason she found out is because Linda and Sharon had to call and tell her what was going on. And that was how she got to the hospital. She never calls me, asks me any questions. So I just do everything through Linda and Sharon.
Okay, so stop right there.
Coming up on The Verdict with Judge Hatchett.
Why do you hate her so much?
Because being the eldest of my mother's children, I've always taken care of everything.
If you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. You're watching The Verdict with Judge Hatchett. The Verdict with Judge Hatchett is back with the case of Lynn Morrison, who is suing Kimbra Jones for personal injury.
But you've been there for 8 years.
Yes.
And you consider yourself now a part of the family.
Yes. We share holiday meals together, birthdays. Like I said, we go out to dinner for birthdays. She's never invited me to any of her birthday gatherings or any of her holiday gatherings.
So, Lynn, it sounds like your mother is happy. Your sisters, by your own testimony, are happy. Wouldn't it be wonderful to have someone who is caring for your mother, who is considered to be like family? I mean, that seems to me to just be the best situation possible, right? I've been in this situation. I'm just gonna say, I don't usually talk about my private life like this, but my mother was a spitfire, energetic, driving her little convertible, hardtop sports car till she was 97. She was taking flying lessons. She was going to meetings. She was volunteering. She was super active until the last year of her life. And her little body just wore out. And she did pass away shortly before she would have turned 99. Mm-hmm. And to have people to care for her. So I'm trying to not only am I a judge, I practice law. I have a law firm in Atlanta, right? And to have people there that loved her and cared about her it's priceless. I know that sounds like a cliche, but it is really priceless when you have somebody where it's more than just a job for them, right? It is more than just a job. And I'll relate it another way. I was a working mother with young children, and I had a lady who was caring for my children, right? And, Mrs. Howard, and she's long passed on and gone to heaven, there is nothing I wouldn't do for that woman. Because at the end of the day, she was entrusted with the most precious gifts in my life, my children. And so when you have somebody, why not embrace her?
I just do not care.
You just hate her.
I do.
You hate her.
It's a strong word, but I do.
You hate her.
Absolutely.
Are you jealous of the relationship she has with your mother? Are you jealous of the relationship she has with her sisters? I mean, come on. Why do you hate her so much?
Because being the eldest of my mother's children, I've always taken care of everything. I've always taken care of my sisters. And then to have someone come into our family, I don't like it.
What if she left tomorrow? What if she just left tomorrow? What would you do? Who would care for your mother?
We'll have to start over. We'll have to find someone else.
All right, let me get down to the incident that day. Then we've got some talking to do in here today. So I understand that there was an incident from the complaint, Ms. Jones, that Mrs. Morrison had to be taken to the hospital.
Yes.
So tell me what happened that day, please.
On the day of the incident with Mrs. Morrison herself, she just didn't seem herself that day. So I laid her down in her bed to let her take her nap, and I thought she had gone to sleep, so I called Linda, and I was telling her that she just didn't seem herself, and I wanted her to contact the doctor. So we actually did a conference call. I was on the phone maybe 3 minutes explaining to Linda, and then she immediately called the doctor. So within 5 minutes, we had the doctor on the phone. And then all of a sudden, I heard this thud. And when I went and checked, Mrs. Morrison had fallen out of the bed. I guess she woke up and had fallen out of the bed.
Right.
And then Linda said she was going to call Sharon and Lynn and let them know so they could meet us to at the hospital. When Lynn came to the hospital, she was the first one to arrive. And as soon as she got to her mother's room where we were, she just charged at me and was just going, "What did you do to my mother? How could you let her fall like this?"
So you thought she was responsible for the fall?
Yes.
And did you charge her? I mean, did you like?
I didn't go to her, but I did elevate. I was upset. I saw my mother laying there, and I asked her, how could she leave her alone? She knows she's like a fall risk. So it doesn't matter if she was on a conference call with anyone. She should have had that conference call sitting right by the bed with my mother, if that's where she was.
Well, but let me tell you, the practicality of it, if she left her thinking that she was asleep, no caretaker is going to be in that room 24/7, 7 days a week. I mean, this is not how it happens.
Coming up.
I couldn't take it anymore, so I was getting ready to leave, and she says, "No, I'm leaving." And then she came and she pushed aside of me, and I'm going like, "Whoa, wait a minute, what is?" And then she slapped me.
You're watching The Verdict with Judge Hatchett. The Verdict with Judge Hatchett is back with the case of Lynn Morrison, who is suing Kimbra Jones for personal injury.
So now we're at the hospital, and what happened then?
I asked her, how could she let it happen? That was the first thing I said to her. How could she allow her to fall? And she said to me that she was only gone for a few seconds.
I didn't say seconds, I said minutes. I said minutes, Your Honor.
So she fell, it was unfortunate, but now we're at the hospital, so then what happens next?
She, like I said, she was inquisitive to me and accusative towards me, and everything. And I was trying to explain to her that I was on the phone and how it wasn't, it was an accident that happened. I've been with her for 8 years. This is the first time anything like this has ever happened. Right. And she was just going at me, and I couldn't take it anymore. So I was getting ready to leave, and she says, "No, I'm leaving." And then she came and she pushed aside of me, and I'm going like, "Whoa, wait a minute, what is?" And then she slapped me.
Wait a minute, what happened? Come on, what happened?
She was standing in the doorway. And when I walked by, Your Honor, it was a brush, but it was me like forcing myself out. And then when she moved her body out, once I brushed by her, I turned around and I slapped her.
But yet you're suing her.
I am.
And what are you suing her for? You're suing for $565 for what kind of injuries?
Because after that slap, we got into a full fight. So
What?
from the nurses, my sisters having to break us up, we was all in the hallway fighting, Your Honor.
Coming up.
And still, your mother granted your sister, Linda, the power of attorney. What that says to me is that your mother didn't trust your judgment.
You're watching The Verdict with Judge Hatchett. The Verdict with Judge Hatchett is back with the case of Lynn Morrison, who is suing Kimbra Jones for personal injury.
What are your damages? Let me see these. Also, understand, Ms. Jones, that there's a statement from the sister who was there.
Yes, there is. I have a statement from. I have a statement from 2 sisters. One is from Sharon, and then the other one is from Linda, who's the power of attorney, and she has written a letter to the court that she would like for you to see.
Your Honor, I haven't even seen.
You can see them.
Okay.
Let them see. Let the plaintiff see them.
I have a second copy if you want one.
Yes, let me see that while she's doing that. Let me see that.
And there's also a text message from Sharon that, apologizing for how Lynn reacted today and that day, and how it was just unnecessary, which it was.
Woo! Listen, there's several red flags here. Let me tell you, beginning with the fact that you told me that you were the oldest, but yet and still your mother granted your sister Linda the power of attorney. What that says to me is that your mother didn't trust your judgment. That's what this says to me. It also says to me that we have a mother and your two sisters who have supported her and are happy to have her and have included her as family. I feel like you feel left out and that you're taking that resentment out on her. Let me tell you, somebody like Miss Jones is worth their weight in gold.
Judge Hatchett's verdict when we return. You're watching The Verdict with Judge Hatchett.
8 years is a long time for her to have been there day in and day out. It was unfortunate that your mother fell, but she also said that's the first time that anything like that has happened in 8 years. Mm-hmm. And she responded quickly. And then you come in and act the fool. And then by your own testimony, you turn around and slap her. And if you think that I'm gonna give you a dime in this court today, absolutely not. If anything, you owe her an apology, but I don't think that you're a woman enough to do it. So you know what's gonna happen? You're gonna still be over there isolated. And Ms. Jones and your mother and your sisters are going to proceed like family. So when you decide that you're going to apologize and you're going to be a woman who is a daughter and who is loving and is going to do what she needs to do, then you may be back in the circle. But right now, no judgment for you. That is the order of the court. We will stand adjourned. The plaintiff's claims are denied in this court. And Ms. Jones, if nothing else, I hope you hear me say thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. We'll stand adjourned.
All rise.
Judge Hatchett has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's case has been dismissed.
She won't get an apology from me.
And I'll just keep her in my prayers as I have been for the last 8 years.
Gather your belongings, exit to the rear of the court.
This has been a production of Allen Media Group.